on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies, but it's Mockingjay March. I'm Parker.
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Keaton!
And I'm Tracy.
Whenever I'm on, that's my inspiration.
And today we're looking at 2013's The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, directed by Francis Lawrence.
Join us as we journey back to the Hunger Games.
I'm going back into the arena.
And learn all about TikTok.
Okay, are you all ready to scream?
Oh,
Come on,
I'm ready to
girl.
scream.
Come on, girls.
Scream.
Let's scream.
Scream.
So, Catching Fire is the cuntiest Hunger Games. Let's talk about
Book
it.
and movie.
Yes.
Book and
Yes,
movie.
I love the book of this. Haven't read it in a long time, so there are things. I'm glad you're here, Kian, because
Because I am a local historian.
yes, you are the Hunger Games historian.
I'm a local historian.
Okay, because there's some shit about the lore that I kind of don't remember. Well, what are our thoughts? General thoughts. Stevie, do you want to go first?
This is my favorite one in the series, both books and movies.
Yeah.
I think it has the best world building, and I also just really love the overall plot, the kind of twist. I think this one's really fun to rewatch because you catch a lot of things when you know how this one goes.
Yes.
And that's how I remember like reading it. I thought it was just because I read it before the movie came out. I read the entire series.
You were gagged.
And I was like so gagged by this one.
Me too.
I loved it.
The arena.
So good.
Right.
I'm excited to get
such a
into
cool
it.
arena. I love all the characters. I think it's a great cast of characters. The budget jumped from
Jumped!
Okay,
The budget
well, I didn't even talk about that
jumped.
last week. I'm glad you brought that up. The first movie, they had to... Okay, so Lionsgate was a failing movie production company. They had, like, hardly any money. And they acquired the rights to Hunger Games. They, like, fought the fuck for this because they knew it was going to be a huge property and they could make a blockbuster. They needed a blockbuster so bad, or else they were going to tank. They were going to go under. So they pulled budget from other movies that they were currently working on and put it into the Hunger Games.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
It paid off?
It is a complete 180 from that for Catching Fire because, baby, budget.
Budget!
The budget is... They increased the budget. Well, you need to increase the budget.
Oh, how much do you need?
I think this wedding dress is too expensive. It's out of my budget. Okay, well, you need to increase it.
Well, you didn't fix that.
Is that The Simple Life? Is that Paris Hilton? I think that's Paris Hilton, but I don't know if it's from Simple Life. But I know it's her being like, just increase it. So they increased the budget.
They increased the budget.
And this movie is really well done. Like, all of the kind of nitpicks I had about the first Hunger Games movie are not present here.
Yep.
Okay.
Shaky cam, gone.
Shaky cam, bye. Well, they switched up directors, and I like Francis Lawrence better. I think that he's known for I Am Legend, okay, which is giving dystopian, and then he just did the film adaptation of The Long Walk by Stephen King, which is the story that inspired The Hunger Games. Right. What are your general thoughts, Kian?
I mean, my general thoughts are pretty similar. It's the best movie. It's the best book.
Do you have any non-spoiler fun facts about Catching Fire from the books? Because you're more familiar with the book than I am.
I don't think so. I think there's just things that... Because there's actually not a lot different.
Yeah, from what I remember about the book, this is really faithful.
Is pretty similar. It's just there are slight tweaks, and when the moments come up, there's a few things that stand out in my memory where I'll be like, oh, and this happened in the book, and I thought that was important.
How about you?
I'm ready to know this.
Ready for the story? I mean, there's a lot to unpack. Because the story is heavy. Like, there is lots of story points and lots of exposition. But this movie handles it really well, and it's paced gorgeously.
Beautifully.
I will say, though, my only complaint, I think the beginning of the first movie is better than this movie. I think this movie, I think this movie's too much of a slow burner. at the
This
beginning.
movie
For any
relies
reason.
on you already being interested in the story in the beginning, as opposed to Hunger Games relies on spectacle. It hooks you, and this one's kind of like, well, you're here because you like it.
Right, and you know what? That ties into like my first plot when we get into spoilers. So let's just go ahead.
Let's get into
From
spoilers
this point
then.
forward, if you haven't seen Catching Fire, get your ass in the
Theater.
in the chair, in the couch, and work. No one wants to work these
open
days.
the schools.
Open the schools, okay? And watch Catching Fire. Okay, are you girls ready to scream?
Come on, girl.
Let's scream!
Give us a little.
I can't whistle. I can't whistle.
Girl.
There we go.
That was beautiful.
There we
That
go.
was beautiful.
And I lip synced to it. Okay, so Catching Fire begins right away. There is no title card.
No.
There are no credits. There is no graphic. There is no intro. Boom, we are right into it.
Black screen too. We're in the woods.
Okay, hello. Yeah, we're in the woods. And it's snowing, and Miss Katniss, Miss Can't Kiss Never Clean. Which, that comes from a book. I looked it up because I was like, what the fuck was that?
The Hunger Pains.
It's called The Hunger Pains. Okay. And as we'll go through, I looked up what some of the other character names were that I couldn't remember, and I'll like give them to you.
What is this? I'm not.
It's a parody book that I read in like maybe my freshman year of high school or 8th grade when I was on a trip to Florida. And Brooke kept being like, what the fuck are you reading? Like, why are you laughing? And I'm like, I'm reading The Hunger Pains.
Okay, period.
So, yeah, just a parody. But
Same thing.
I remember, like, Can't Kiss, Never Clean, and Archie Nemesis, which Archie Nemesis was the name of Kato from the first movie.
Period.
Those names really stuck out to me, but I will give you guys some of the other names that I looked up. Okay, so right away, 2 seconds in, Jennifer Lawrence is serving face with a bow.
They knew.
God.
They kept that from the first
They knew, bitch.
They kept that from the first movie.
But now it's snowing.
It's
So
winter.
that's
It's winter. It's different.
Different movie. Different time.
And she's like, you know, out in the woods where she like illegally hunts. Gail comes up. They have like a chilly interaction. His American accent's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better.
Their hair color. Everyone's hair color looks better in this movie too.
Yeah.
Like Katniss's hair is more of like a really dark, almost black, which I think suits her better. And Gail has more of like, it just looks natural. In the first movie, you can tell they went to like CVS and got
And
like
they were
the
like,
box
we gotta
guy.
fix this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which we've all been there, Diva. They're like not sure like where to go from the Hunger Games because in that one it was kind of this weird thing of she had to pretend to be in love with Peeta. But like we know that she probably would be dating Gale if they didn't live in dystopian world.
Which is like boo because like he's milk toast.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about
I've
Gale.
never liked Gale.
No,
We
doesn't
talked about
really.
this last time, but I just
isn't
don't.
doing much character wise.
Girls in middle school who were Team Gale just liked him because it was a Hemsworth.
Yeah, and he was tall. We talked about this last week, but he was tall and he had dark hair.
Right.
So if you like a tall, dark, and handsome type, you're probably gonna.
But there's no
gravitate.
substance.
Right, exactly. The substance.
Which it's going to be called The Stuff.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we are gonna be.
We have to
speaking of
review that.
Scary movie. The trailer just dropped, and bitch, we are gonna do a whole scary movie month.
Just the first 4. We're not doing 5.
Yeah, we could maybe talk about moments from 5.
Right.
There's 2 funny moments.
But anyway, back to
Anyway.
Catching Fire. We're 2 seconds in. So she goes to like hunt a turkey, but then her trauma hits. And she imagines that she is shooting Jack Quaid again from the first movie. So she's like, I don't like her acting. I don't like Jennifer Lawrence's acting sometimes when she is doing scared. I think
Yeah. We'll get into another moment where I laughed out loud, and she was supposed to be scared. We'll get into another
pretty
moment.
bad. Like, she's such a good actress, but this is her Achilles heel, I
Is
think.
that?
And that's why I don't like Mother, the horror movie
Oh,
that she did.
yeah.
I think she's really bad at acting scared, but it made me laugh. I was like, LOL. But yeah, she's having trauma. Her and Gail get into a fight about like the whole Peeta situation.
Peeta.
And like the games and Peeta. And he like kisses her.
And it was kind of weird.
And it's weird. That's what I wrote. I said it's getting weird.
It's getting
Right?
weird.
Weird. But I still need to get me this watch. This turkey.
This Mockingjay pin.
Mockingjay pin. And Katniss, we see she lives in the Victor's Village.
Right.
Which is the nice neighborhood where the Victors live. It's the Victors Village. Hello. There's a kitty cat. Yeah. Was this kitty cat in the first movie?
I don't remember.
There's a cat in the book, right?
Yeah.
This is the only time we really see it.
Yeah.
In the movie.
There's a cat that lives in the Victor's Village.
T.
Yes, it's their cat.
See, that's what I mean.
Because
Prim
had a cat.
Primrose's sister.
Oh yeah, she does have a
Prim
cat
has
in
a
the.
cat.
She does.
We
take
see it
care
in the
of a
first
cat
movie.
and-
The cat doesn't like Katniss.
Yeah.
That's its whole thing.
In the first movie, it's a black and white cat. And then in this movie, and I believe in the book, it's like an orange tabby cat.
There's a.
She lives in the Victor's Village. Haymitch lives here in a house by himself. She goes to visit him. He's passed out because Haymitch equals alcoholic, as usual. She pours the water on him. Anyway, she wakes up Haymitch. He's pissed. He's got a knife. He sleeps with a knife.
Uh-huh.
And Peeta comes in. There's like a chilly interaction between them two, right? Because they're preparing for the victory tour.
Right.
The movie moves very fast, I noticed. This is when I realized that I don't know if I brushed on this already. There's a lot of information here, but they do it at a lightning fast speed.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
I don't think that it's confusing.
No.
Overall, like
I
think that
agree.
it's just like this is when I start to realize in my note taking like, oh, this is paced like really really snippy, which is great. I love it as a viewing experience. Now having to take notes for it, I had to pause every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
To get all this information. Katniss gets home to her new house, and the mom and Prim are all freaking out because, bitch, the president has shown up. Okay, he is there to intimidate Katniss and bitch her the fuck out.
And I also, another stand-up performer I think in the whole series is
Donald Sutherland.
As President Snow. And to know that then Ray Fiennes is going to play him in the new movie. What a great President Snow choice.
Perfect
What a
casting.
great... and then the first one, I forget the actor's name, but for the Songbirds and Snakes, perfect. Like, they're all...
Really good,
they nail every single time the President Snow. They know that what he needs to be, and they go out there and do it.
I mean, he's a great villain.
Great villain.
A fabulous villain. He has shown up to just, evilly monologue at her and bitch her the fuck out because she has started an uprising, okay? She was gonna eat those berries in the first movie.
Right.
And now everyone's like geeked out on Katniss, and he does not like that. So he says that she must convincingly sell the fact that she was just madly in love with Peeta, couldn't imagine a life without him, and it wasn't like a act of defiance for any means.
Yeah, and then he's like, don't convince them, convince me, too. Like, I need to be convinced.
Yeah.
Stevie and I were talking. Stevie said during this part, like, oh, my main strategy for pissing off Snow would just be like, buddy.
What's up, babe?
Oh my god.
Keep your friends close and your enemies
Yeah.
closer.
You didn't tell me you were stopping by.
Courtney!
Girl, I would have had cookies ready.
Did you put something new in your beard?
Beer? Oh
Oh my god.
We were making him nicknames. His first name's Cornelius, so I was
You
like,
been working out
Courtney!
recently?
Corny!
You been working out recently? Look at you.
Oh my god. Daddy.
Corny and Caddy, you know us too.
Oh, that's a Peeta.
Looking hot, babe.
And he'd be pissed. He'd be pissed.
Oh, but that'd be fun to fuck with him.
What'd you think of the district? Shitty, right?
Right. You're so funny. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Lots of
Nothing like a
coal.
capital.
Well, he gags her again too because he
Gag.
has footage of her kissing Gale.
Yeah.
Which, how the fuck did he get this footage?
There's cameras everywhere.
There's just cameras everywhere, which
Everywhere.
we learned because it is the Hunger Games.
The birds. The birds have
The
cameras.
birds probably have cameras. They're probably flies and spiders and bugs and little insects that have cameras on them. Ooh. Chad Michaels. Miss Put It On.
Don't play with her. Mrs. Put It on.
Which drag queens are those behind her? We need to just decide who it is.
Laganja and Gia Gunn.
She shows up with Miss Laganja.
Team
and
Too
Gia.
Much. Okay, yes. So Effie Tringa is back, aka Chad.
Happy Hunger Games, bitches!
like happy Hunger Games.
This is the Quarter Quells.
This is the Quarter Quells. Oh, we'll get to the Quarter Quell.
This is the quarter quell of drag. This is all the victors coming back one more time. 12 girls enter, 1 girl leaves.
Oh, I want to talk about Quarter Quell.
She's got an arrow for each and every one of you bitches, okay?
I've got an arrow for every one of you bitches.
She looks more like a Who than ever before, Miss
She
Effie.
looks kind of like Cruella de Vil, like she skinned a bunch of puppies to make that black and white outfit. Like, she's crazy.
Her performance of Effie, it is so funny, but also she has heartfelt moments in this.
Yeah.
Too, where you really
Well,
will
yeah,
get
she
there.
starts to lose.
Well, we're gonna,
because she's the greatest example of like being propagandized. Is that the right?
I don't know.
Propagandized.
I'll just say she's fallen to propaganda.
Well, and she's been.
And you see her kind of break from it at points. We'll get into like my favorite moment when you kind of see her like really just be like
even
this
she is
stupid.
disenchanted.
This is evil. Like this is horrible.
The government.
And she's been in it for 25 years. This is her 25th year as a stylist.
Oh, really?
She was Haymitch's that was her first.
No way, really?
So they have a different.
That'd be
one.
26 then.
What?
That'd be 26 then. If she started on the 50th. 50th, 51st.
Girl, okay.
Girl!
Okay, the count from Sesame Street.
I want not to.
2016.
No, so they have a different person at the beginning of that reaps them, but she is so
Is she Glenn Close?
She's Glenn Close.
Okay. I saw her in the trailer. I
Drusilla.
said, that's
she gets
mother.
so like inebriated in the book that someone has to step in, and Ellie is just like a college student at the Capitol, and she steps in, and that's her first group is the 4, because there's 4 people there in the 50th, but we'll talk about that later.
Also, Lenny Kravitz is here again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, I just love him.
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy that they got, like, Lenny Kravitz to do this, because I'm just a big fan.
Big fan.
I want to get away. Every time he shows up, that song plays in my head. I want to fly away. They should have played that.
Well, Stevie has some notes for the orchestration.
There's a point where I'm like, they should have played a song.
Yeah. Stevie has some notes too on that, so.
We get this corny ass scene where they have to like put on a show for the cameras and pretend that Katniss and Peeta are like in love with each other, and like she trips. And it's like, oh, and they like fall into each other.
Yeah.
This shit was so corny boots. I love you.
Oh my god, I love you.
Kiss me.
So funny.
And Effie's over. She's like, come on,
kids. And the camera, there's not even cameramen. It's like robots with cameras on them.
So why are those 2 people there? I don't know.
No, I don't know. Whatever. They get on the train, and Peeta afterwards says, I almost thought that kiss was real. Nice acting. He's butthurt.
He's butthurt.
Which I would be, too. I get it. I understand.
Well, I get it. You lost your leg, which was omitted from the movie. And
yeah, we didn't talk about that last week.
No.
He was supposed to, like,
he doesn't have a leg. Mind you, I'm just reminiscing.
We like alluded to it, but
There's some lore from the first book.
Because I forgot that he loses his leg.
Doesn't he have like
He's
a
prosthetic.
Robot leg?
He's a robot? Is it like have...
I think it's
Well, because it's the future.
I don't know.
They should have. It would have been camp if they like put a gun on it, like had like different attachments.
What movie? There is a movie like that.
Well, it's Rose McGowan, and she has like a gun leg.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that movie, but I think it's Robert Rodriguez. So they get on the train to begin their victory tour. Effie begins by making some comments that trigger Katniss.
Yeah.
She says, like, it's time for you to just enjoy it, and you deserve it. And she's like, what did you just...
For killing people? For murder?
And she's like, a young lady. Funny. And her accent was great. This movie, I don't remember it being this wild in the first movie. But she's kind of leaning into like an affectation. And
she is.
She was playing it.
Yes, Queen of Camp, okay. So Katniss storms off and she goes into this train car by herself. Peeta comes to console her and to kind of like break the tension with her.
Right.
Okay. And he explains that like, look, I'm sorry I'm giving you a hard time. I'm just kind of processing this whole thing too. And, you know, she knows that he really does have feelings for her.
Right.
But he knows that she probably was just playing an act. And because she's probably going to be with Gale. And yeah, it's all confusing. But he wants to get to know her more and try to, you know, if we're going to play...
Then we actually need to know, because if someone asks me a question, I should be able to say.
Exactly. And he says, Diva, what's your favorite color?
What's
She
your favorite
says,
color?
Green.
Green.
He says orange. I said, okay,
Like Effie's hair.
interesting choice.
And she said no, like the sunset.
How many people you ask an orange is going to be their favorite
I
color?
said you audibly out loud when he said that.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't like orange at all.
I love orange.
I don't.
Because it reminds me of like pumpkins. But I'm not gonna make it my favorite color. No.
I like orange because it reminds me of pumpkin.
That Britney Spears asked. Did it not just sound like Britney Spears?
That was so.
See, I like orange because it reminds me of like creamsicles. Like,
Let's all. What about you, Keaton? Why do you like orange?
I don't like orange. I don't like orange.
Orange juice.
I don't like orange.
I don't know why you guys laughed at that. You guys are stupid. I'm just making a comment. Okay? So,
Trying to make
Pumpkins.
content for the podcast.
Pumpkins.
So,
He says orange anyway.
The train goes through a tunnel, and they have arrived at District 11.
And they see.
What was that?
Yes, she's like, wait, there's graffiti. OMG, it's the Mockingjay. So she, so she's all like,
No, this is really funny because she
you
goes,
see that?
"Did you see that?" And Peter goes, "What?" And he keeps looking like back and forth.
Yeah.
But it goes on for a little too long, and I'm like,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
it's
why
like
did
they've
they-
cleared the
it's
other
like-
side and he's still looking. Like,
it's
what?
like, okay, like why did they linger on this so long?
That's funny. Okay, but then it's gaggy because District 11 we see has been like overtaken
Militarized.
by military, and it's like everything's surveillance. There's like a million stormtroopers. I love the stormtroopers that are in. She literally was like, I need there to be stormtroopers. They're just gonna be stormtroopers, and I'll call them something else. It's the
Peacekeepers.
same shit. They're like in the white.
Well, and even Effie's like, oh my god, what
She
are
says-
y'all doing
She literally
here?
goes, well, I never.
Never.
She says that so many times.
This kills me because every time someone says, well, I never, I always think of Most Popular Girls in School where Cameron goes, well, I never. And then she goes, well, now you have. Is that Rachel Tice? Well, now you have. That's what that killed. It'd be funny if like one of the stormtroopers was like, yeah, well, now you have bitch. Keep it pumping.
Yeah, come on.
So she gives them cards for this.
A little speech.
Little speeches. She's like, here are your speeches.
Well, and
Read
actually,
'em.
it's Peeta, here's your speech.
Right, Katniss.
She doesn't want Katniss to talk.
And this was funny because she's like, and the districts or the tributes from this district were Thresh and Rue. Like she forgot their names, and you can tell that kind of bothers them.
Bothers
they're like,
them.
bitch, you're not even in this. Like
Right.
you can't even bother to learn the names of these people that like we
Children.
save to
These
help save our
children.
lives. Yeah, exactly. So they go out and they're on a stage. They're in the middle of District 11, and the families of Thresh and Rue are there, and Rue's like face and Thresh's face are like projected.
And they're like on a like podium, not podium, but like a
Some kind of like a riser or something.
yeah. They're
like,
on their own level, like above.
So she can
the
like
crowd.
directly see the
make
families.
eye contact with her mom and the
Yeah.
other sisters.
And she gets really choked up. And Peeta decides that he's just going to improv his speech because he is overcome with the emotion of like seeing, because they were close with Rue. Or was Peeta? No. But Peeta knows that
Rue
like,
knows that, like, the only reason those two are alive is because of both
Rue and Thresh,
Rue and
because
Thresh,
Thresh.
yeah.
I mean, she says it in when Katniss takes over.
Well, this district, what I gather from this district is that, there's a lot of black people in this district.
Yeah.
And I think this was like her representation of like black culture and oftentimes how like they're treated when it comes to like fascism.
Right.
Like, why they're the ones being
Why are-
policed right now?
Yeah.
Why is District 12 not being? District 12 is the one.
Exactly.
But it's because we also know District 11 was when Rue died. They were the ones who began rioting.
Yeah.
And it's the imagery that she created with this by making them like the plantation workers, essentially.
Right.
It's not done lackadaisically. Like she did this for a reason, and I think it's very powerful imagery.
Yeah.
I love Suzanne's world that she created and how much it ties into real life social commentary.
Nothing's an accident.
No, because it's not in your face, but like you can just draw these clues. You're like, okay, yeah, this is what's happening here. But so Peeta offers this very lovely sentiment, and then Katniss decides to kind of piggyback on that.
Yeah. Well, he offers them each family. They're going to give them a
Percentage
month.
of their earnings.
Yeah, percentage, like 1 month of their earnings each year for the rest of their lives.
And then Rue.
Rue?
She speaks Rue.
Rue?
She speaks directly to Rue's family.
Yeah, she says, like, Thresh, we only talked, whatever. He was
He
lovely.
spared me.
Yeah, he could have killed me. He didn't. And, you know, that's a debt I can never repay him. And then she, like, chokes up and looks at Rue's mom, specifically.
And the casting's perfect because Rue's family, they all look like
They
her.
look like
if you would have said that was her real family, I would have been like, yeah.
And she's
we
like a
forgot
single
to
mom.
talk about Rue, but I mean, technically, she does appear in this movie
Yeah,
on
she
the
does.
projector. It's Amanda Sandberg, who we know nowadays from Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yes.
Yes.
As like the lead in that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's so funny in that movie.
Yes.
Like, I want to rewatch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Oh, we can
soon.
do that soon. Yeah, it's a great movie.
But so
Summer party movie.
she's another like horror alum that I forgot to mention from the first movie, which is always fun. But anyway, yeah, so it's this like heartfelt moment. And then this old man in the crowd does the rebellion salute kind of thing. And it causes everybody else to do it. But the government does not like that.
So
and
then he's
the
taken and
soldiers,
shot.
they execute
The
him.
peacekeepers take him up to the same stage that they were once speaking at so that everyone can see he's being shot.
In front of everybody. This scene is horrific.
Because that's the thing is like,
Scary.
Yeah.
it's that fear of there's zero tolerance. It's not like we're going to arrest you, throw you in jail. You will be
No,
killed.
you're executed in front of everybody.
in front of everyone you
His
know.
blood like splatters against the door like as it closes. Haymitch brings Katniss and Peeta up to this attic and basically scolds them for what they just did, but they don't really realize the gravity of everything. Like, and he's like, this is when he says, you don't realize you don't win. You survive. You're going to have to continue to play the lovebirds and sell this lie for the rest of your lives.
Right.
Do you
Every
not
single
get it?
year, they are going to bring you out
Yeah.
and show your wedding and show your kiss and your personal life.
You
will
need
be
to
made
do
public.
exactly what you're told, or else people are going to die.
And it makes sense because he is the epitome of that. He is the epitome of I've spent the last 20-some years just doing what I'm told so that I can live to see another day.
And I think this is when it really hits for her, because she starts to, Jennifer Lawrence. She starts to like Jennifer Lawrence cry, and she's like, "What do we do?" And like, yeah, she's
right.
The gravity of the situation's hitting her. So we get a montage of the victory tour, and Katniss is reading the bullshit script that ends with
Panem today, Panem tomorrow,
Panem forever.
It's so funny.
And everyone's pissed.
Yeah.
Well, and even, you can tell that the audiences of these are agitated because they're like, where is our Mockingjay?
Yeah.
Where's our symbol of strength?
There's that. Well, it's kind of heavy-handed because there's a guy who's like,
Oh, yeah.
say what you want to
say.
Say what you need to
say.
say. Say what you need to say. And
That's 8.
Rebellions are happening. They're going to all the different districts, and like there's an uprising happening, right? And there's really kind of no way you can stop it at this point, even though she's continuing to feed them her bullshit script.
Yeah.
There's this moment during this montage where we see Katniss is experiencing very bad night terrors. She screams in the middle of the night, and Peeta goes to check on her, and she says, "Can you just stay with me?" And like he holds her in his arms and I wanted to be her in this moment. Josh Hutcherson, we forgot to say, but his blonde looks so much better in this movie.
Oh my God,
He finally looks cute again. I'm like, oh, Peeta, you're so hot. Like,
Peeta.
Josh, there you are.
There you are!
They gave him more of a Josh Hutcherson haircut that flatters him more. President Snow. There's this really fun moment, and one of my favorite touches that they did in this movie. He's having breakfast with
his granddaughter. And she got that side braid on.
She's got the braid!
Well, like, when did you start styling your hair like that? Looks very nice. And she's like, hey, old man, everyone does this at school, you old bag.
Grandpa, yeah.
Stupid old man, give me $1,000.
Right? But this was such a humanizing moment because we realized, I never thought about like the fact that President Snow would have a family.
Yeah. But also, but it also shows how like, even like kids,
the capital kids are fangirling over Katniss. She's like, Grandpa, everyone wears
because
their
it's
hair
like when
this.
you saw it as a reality
Da-da-da.
show, people are gonna naturally become fans of these people.
Who are your favorites?
Yeah.
And idolize them.
She idolizes Katniss. We see her later. She's like, I want to love like that when she sees Katniss and Peeta together.
Yeah.
And this is him firsthand experiencing the danger of this kind of symbol that she has become.
Yeah, this like covert propaganda where it's not she's not on these stages saying anything wrong, but just her presence is enough to
She has her own hairstyle, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like hairspray. Speaking of hairspray again, the Tracy.
The Tracy.
Everyone's wearing the Tracy.
Tracy.
Yeah, it was kind of or the Rachel. Okay.
Oh, the Rachel.
From Friends. Okay.
The Rachel.
The Mia Farrow. When a bitch has a haircut named after her,
she's made it.
Serious.
She's made it.
That's a mother right there. Okay?
That's a mother. And then they get a movie called Mother.
Desperate to convince Snow, Katniss comes up with a plan for them to stage a wedding. Okay. Now, this would be cunty and fun, right? Like, hey, if it's at the Capitol's expense, let's throw a party.
Hey, let's go big.
Let's go big, okay? They end the victory tour with a grand ball at the president's palace, which kind of looks like the White House.
I wish to go to the festival.
The King's Palace. And Elizabeth Banks camps it up in this scene. This is my favorite Effie, like, kind of fun scene where she's like, mahogany, curtains, ooh. She's going around like, just like, and it reminded me of Jade from Next Top Model.
Yes. Wow, a party.
Fabulous. Walking up the stairs.
Take two.
You guys look fabulous. Oh, what a party. Oh my gosh. The second time, I just took my time talking to Pegger. What, I felt fabulous. She's a drag queen.
She's a drag queen. She looks like a drag queen. Yeah, so this is hilarious. And she's like, follow me this way. Oh, and she's like leading them through the party, and then all the, the fuck ass Capitol people with the fuck ass fashion, and they're all being fuck ass. There's this really fucked up scene. Now, this triggered me because I used to have a eating disorder. Like, I'll just be transparent about that. But they're like drinking potions. Like, the Capitol people are drinking potions that make them throw up so that they can eat all of the food at this banquet. And Katniss and Peeta are obviously like,
why would you throw up food?
They're like, what the fuck? Like, they've been starving their entire lives. And even though like this kind of like triggered me a little bit, this is such a fascinating like addition to the culture of, because of course they would.
There's an abundance of food, so it doesn't matter if they waste it.
Of course that they would have like bulimic potions
that they pass around.
Yeah, that makes totally so much sense to me. Yeah, we also haven't really talked about it, but a lot of the extras in the Capitol all have really insane plastic surgery, and I know that there's a character we meet later.
Looks like a fucking cat.
The third movie who has a cat face. And I just like that they kind of like subtly introduce that in the movies. Like you just kind of see, you're like, oh damn, she looks crazy. And then you learn that like it's a whole thing in the third movie.
It is a whole thing. Yeah. A moment that is in this scene in the book, but not in the movie, that I think is really impactful is later at the ball when Katniss and Plutarch meet. When he first introduces himself to Katniss, he flashes his watch at her. And on his watch is the Mockingjay symbol.
Oh, I feel like for the movie, that would have been way too overt and like would have given away the twist, honestly. Because, we can talk about it here. That's interesting.
So he flashes so that she knows.
This is when we're introduced to Philip Seymour Hoffman.
May he rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace.
And Donald Sutherland. They both
I know,
passed.
that's so sad. But Philip Seymour Hoffman died like during the filming of the last movie. I remember that was such a shock because he was really young.
Yeah.
Great actor. He is not dressed fuck ass.
No, he's like a normal, regular person.
It literally looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman showed up.
It's like, oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman, what are you doing here in the Capitol?
You live in the Capitol?
Right.
Hey, I'm Philip Seymour Hoffman. What are you doing, Katniss?
It was. I thought that was kind of funny. And it makes sense for his character because, we'll talk about that later. He's just kind of, he dances, he asks Katniss, like, can I join you in a dance or whatever? And he's chatting up with her, but he's saying cryptic shit.
Right.
And, like, I remember the first time I read the book, I was confusion. I was like, wait a second here. What's his whole deal? He's a very mysterious character at first.
Great character, though.
And, great character. And that's kind of all we get of him first.
Yeah. And the book, all of that happens, it's cryptic, whatever, but the interaction... ends. I'm sorry, I think I misplaced it. He's cryptic and you're like, what's happening? Who is he? And then when he's like, it was nice to meet you, he flashes his watch. And there's the Mockingjay symbol, so it's a little, like, So she's still confused. She's still Confucian. But
I think if they showed that in the movie, it just would have been too obvious. In the book, I don't know why that didn't really like click for me, but just
and see, like, who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have clicked for you in the movie either.
Well, I read the book, so it doesn't matter.
No, but that's what I'm saying is, it didn't click for you in the book, so maybe it wouldn't have clicked for people in the movie either.
So what you're gonna do is not necessarily what you want to do. That's kind of what you said that. Okay, so President Snow gives a speech to the crowd.
Yeah.
And after his, like, a little speech, he's drinking champagne, and blood comes out of his mouth into his champagne glass. Yeah. I thought, ooh, what the fuck? Did they ever explain this? I don't remember this shit.
I don't remember an explanation about that. So.
Okay. Interesting. Well, maybe they do, and I
no,
just don't
isn't
remember.
He's already like dying and shit?
Well, he is. So from the first book, he like in the last book you learn that like he's always been dying. Like,
oh, of what? Does he have like tuberculosis?
Something. He
death.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
because he coughs up blood in the third one too, and
okay.
And he has that interaction in the last movie. In either one of the Mockingjays, I think it's the end of the first one, but I could be wrong on that. He has an interaction with Katniss, and he coughs blood into like a handkerchief.
Oh damn!
And he talks about how like
I don't remember that.
He talks about like time is fleeting and blah 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 blah. So like,
okay,
it's kind of been implied that I don't know if it's canon, but it's been implied the whole time, whole Hunger Games, he's been dying.
This
is his last go.
Deathbed. That reminds me of somebody else. There's this interesting discussion between President Snow and Philip Seymour Hoffman, who suggest that rather than killing Katniss, they try to make her into a villain. It was very Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Catwoman being like, we make him into namely us. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they have a secret plan.
Revenge on my
mind. And this is what you talked about earlier, him being like, execution, wedding.
Right.
Floggings. What's the wedding dress gonna look like?
Right.
Yeah,
and it's distraction, deflect, sure, because that's the it's what happens now, and we're being so inundated in like social media with like dopamine hits and then and these horrific things. But it's when we inundate with the bad things and then we show glimmers of good things, people will gravitate towards the glimmer of good because they don't want to be constantly weighed down. And again, I think Suzanne Collins, because again, a lot of her imagery and a lot of her inspiration for like state control and things comes from media depictions of our conflict in the Middle East in the early 2000s, post 9/11.
Yeah, because she was like flipping channels.
Yeah,
right?
Well, there's a moment in Mockingjay where she's flipping. That's directly tied to a moment she saw on TV.
Yeah, because I remember this was the origin of how this. I've totally forgot about this, but I remember reading that Suzanne Collins came up with the idea for the Hunger Games when she was flipping back channels between the news and what was going on,
and like HGTV or whatever.
And then and it was something kind of Hunger Games. It was the Olympics.
Oh,
that's what it was. It was she was going back between the Olympics and the war, and like that's what inspired. Which makes sense because the Hunger Games, the pageantry of it, and the kind of Roman inspiration behind everything does give the Olympics.
You mean Greek?
Yeah, Greek, whatever, Roman, whatever. It's because she based it off of like kind of a combination of both,
of competition and bad news, and then pageantry of like and that's. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful interpretation of what it was like.
Yeah,
and what it's like now.
Katniss meets in private with Gale. Okay, she is proposing the idea of running away together with him, which they kind of
run away with me.
They've always run away. They've kind of always floated this idea around, but this is the most serious she's ever been about it. But Gale is hopeful of the revolution, and he wants to stay and like see what plays out. This is when they're out in the woods too, like where they usually meet up. We get a cavalcade of military people. And the stormtroopers.
Wait, can I say another thing about the moment in the woods?
Sure.
In the book, two girls are fleeing District 12. Like, they run into, and they tell Katniss, they show her a Mockingjay pen, and they say, we're going to go try to find District 13. We're going to join the rebellion, blah, blah, blah,
blah,
so
blah, District 13 is mentioned this early in the book?
And District 13 is mentioned in the first one, but more as like a thought, a theory, an idea. But they say, we're going to go find District 13, we're going to go find the rebellion. Because that's, for a lot of the first part of the book, she is like, there is no rebellion. Yeah. Like Katniss is fully in the mindset of like people are angry and upset, but there's no rebellion, there's no organized effort. And these two girls are the first moment where she's like,
she sees it.
oh no, like this is like an underground secret
totally
thing.
forgot to talk about it, but I think there's a moment around here where she sees surveillance footage. She's like,
President Snow shows her.
She happens to walk past the kind of surveillance room where the stormtroopers are looking at footage from they're on the train. It's on the train is when it happens. I'm remembering this. And the door just kind of happens to be ajar, and she's like looking in and she's spying, and she sees the footage from like an uprising that is going on. And that's in the movie the indication of, oh, well, damn, this is really happening.
Big, because then the guy hits the button and it's like only open a quarter of an inch, and it just slams.
He closes it. Yeah, he's like, oh shit, bye. So we see the military coming in, the reinforcements, all the crazy stormtrooper people. There's the crazy captain of the guard character.
Yeah.
He was scary. This actor was amazing. Yeah. For his like little, one scene that he's in, pretty much. He's scary. He's intimidating. He has incredible, like, booming, yelling voice.
Like a sergeant.
Oh, he's a sergeant, honey. And I would, like, quiver and shiver if he was in my presence.
Quiver and shiver.
And it was kind of hot. This imagery all looks very familiar in this scene. I thought this imagery was very, very familiar looking. Especially the scene of them attacking this like old woman, and
who's just on the ground.
Who's on the ground, and then Gale like trying to pull them away from her.
Tackles the scary guy.
I'm just saying the timing
is crazy.
It is kind of crazy that we did the Hunger Games right now. Then, very familiar as well, they like punish Gale. So they like drag him into the town square. They set up like a post, and they're just going to start whipping the fuck out of him. It's very scary. Horrific.
Oh, yeah. Horrific. Gory. It's bad.
This was scary. And I really like how Catching Fire leans into the horror of what is going on in this world. Even more so than the first movie. Definitely more than the first movie. Katniss interferes. And the dude punches her. And then Haymitch comes up and is like, you don't want to do that. Oh, and I forgot that she goes, do it.
Yeah, she does say.
She gives him like a little like, bet you won't. kind of thing.
And then Peeta jumps in, and Haymitch is like, it's about to be 3 dead victors.
He's like, this is Katniss Evergreen. Can't kiss, never clean. She's the Capitol's favorite. Everyone, like, this would be like if you killed Lady Gaga.
What?
I don't know what
huh?
Lady Gaga to me is like the can't kiss, never clean of real life. Just kidding.
So anyway,
she looked for evidence.
She
looked for evidence. This guy, he's crazy. This is when he like yells in Haymitch's face, and it's like you could just, I'm right here. Like you don't.
Why are we yelling?
My ears hurt. Thank you. Whoever this actor is, like, damn, get him in a lot of horror movies.
Yeah,
like, he should be working nonstop. He's really good. They bring Gale back to Katniss's house to be healed because he's all fucked up.
They give him morphling.
What's morphling? Morphine. Okay.
It's just like it's a narcotic that.
Because she said that's what I thought she meant to say.
No, it's called morphling in the Hunger Games world.
Okay.
But it's just described as like a heavy narcotic based pain reliever. So it's something similar to morphine.
Okay.
And it's highly addictive. You can get really addicted.
Morphling love.
Morphling love Dion. Love her. It would be so funny if they still had Drag Race in Hunger Games world.
Yeah, so when Hunger Games is doing no Drag Race, but then All Stars in the regular season air, and then Hunger Games. That's the season of television.
And RuPaul's still alive, and it's still just RuPaul.
Yeah, it's still RuPaul.
And Michelle.
On a ventilator, like on like life-saving measures of like, Sade, you stay.
Right. But she still looks cunt.
Well, she hasn't been.
Her wigs are better. Her wig that she wore this most recent one, much better.
Better, but
much better. Let us know if you've been watching season 18.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We can chat. Okay, so Katniss notices while Gale is being healed that Miss Prim is not squeamish anymore of blood. She's actually like taking charge. Okay,
she's like she knows the.
She's like a nurse.
Right.
Woo, nurse. Nurses help people.
And nurses help people.
And it kind of is like a moment where she's like, oh, well, damn, Prim really is like more grown up than I remember her being. Like, she's also had to grow up really fast.
Well, like her mom, she's a little bit more mature in the first book than she is in the movie because their mom is worthless.
Yeah, her mom's barely even there. Like,
Yeah.
she's just kind of, like, in the background. I kind of feel, there's, like, a sadness. Katniss stays by Gale's side while he recovers, and she wakes him up with a kiss at one point. Mm-hmm. And they share this, like, intimate moment, and then she, like, falls asleep holding his hand. And then Peeta comes in the morning, and he offers to take watch for a little bit. And I thought it would be really funny if, when she got up, he also sat down and, like, held Gale's hand.
Yeah, and kissed him on the forehead.
I thought that would have been really fucking funny. I almost thought it was going to happen for a second. And then I was like, nah, that's stupid. Katniss shares a moment with Prim, who says that she feels that there is a sense of hope in the air ever since the last games. And reminds Katniss that she's always with her.
You'll be in
My head. We see another meeting between Snow and Philip Seymour Hoffman, who just think everything's gone too far. And Snow has the idea to eradicate all of the victors at this point. Just send a message. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, what's his character's name? Plutarch. Heavensby comes up with a brilliant idea. And everyone's watching on TV as President Snow addresses the nation and explains the concept of the Quarter Quell, bitch! It's the Quarter Quell of drag.
This is the Quarter Quell of drag. This is all the victors coming back one more time. 12 girls enter, 1 girl leaves.
First Quarter Quell. Great. 25th year. They vote. The town votes on, the district votes on the 2 kids who are going to go. They vote on the boy.
Was Haymitch voted in?
No, that's the first. He's in the second. The second Quarter Quell, which is Haymitch's story, they double the amount. So there's 50.
Oh, there were 50 kids.
Or 48. Wait, 12.
24,
48.
There's 48.
There's 48 kids in the Hunger Games. There's 2 boys and 2 girls from each district.
Oh, shit. I love this because it gave us the meme of, I'm going back into the arena. I love to use.
I'm going back.
It's that poster of her. Like they made a poster for this movie, and I don't know if it was like first shared on Tumblr, but I remember this going around back in the day. It has since become a meme, but it's like a publicity photo of Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss, and she's in the like Hunger Games, like the wetsuit that they wear later, and it's like in Times New Roman font. I can see it so vividly in my head. It says, I'm going back into the arena. And people use it like when they have to go to the grocery store or like when they have to go to the dentist's office or like anything they don't want to do. The post office is the B&B. Like, I'm going back into the arena. That kills me. And I use it all the time. Katniss freaks out. They're all freaking out. She like has like a mental breakdown.
She's trying to say like, you have to go in, Haymitch.
Yeah, she gets with Haymitch. He's like, it's funny because Peeta had already like showed up
45 minutes ago. Blah blah blah. Yeah. He's like, well, if it's me and Peeta volunteers, there's nothing I can do, and she's like, we have to protect Peeta at all costs. Like that's her driving force.
Because he's like the nicest person
for the movie.
Of like their group, so that's like her whole thing. Katniss shares another kiss with Gale out in the woods, and all I wrote was, I kind of just feel like these two have no chemistry.
They don't.
No. They should have... I wonder if they did a screen test between these two. Because I feel like her and Josh have great chemistry.
What did you call Gale?
Milk toast.
No.
Oh, nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
He is very nothing burger. Gale's name in the Hunger Pains is Carol.
Carol.
I forgot. I was going to do them as they go, but I'll just give them all to you now while I remember. Haymitch is butt itch. Effie Trinket is F-U poor people. And yeah, Peeta is just like Peeta, but it's spelled like the bread.
Is it Peeta Malarkey?
Malarkey, yeah. Those are the ones that I remember.
Snow?
I don't know. It was probably like President Rain or something.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't look him up, but I'll have to look more of him up. But I just thought "F-U poor people" was really funny, and Carol was really funny. It's time for the reaping for the Quarter Quell. It's the Quarter Quell, bitch.
And it's so obvious.
Got an arrow for each and every one. I know, it's like very much a formality. Like there's like the huge empty glass bowl.
As always, ladies first. Katniss Everdeen is like surprise.
But Miss F-U poor people, she's got a butterfly out.
She does
and
have
I
a
thought
butterfly.
it was cunty cunt. I was like, okay, Mariah Carey butterfly. This is some shit that Mariah would have worn back during the butterfly era. but it would have been a 2-piece.
Yeah.
Because Mariah was so hot during that era. She pulls Katniss's name, of course. And then we can actually see that she's kind of getting choked up. This is like the first hint that like they're...
She's like trying to stay to the script, but she knows it's...
But she's
there's
a human.
no point to this.
She's becoming like disenchanted by the whole charade. And she, unfortunately, for Katniss's sake, pulls out Haymitch's name. So Peeta volunteers, and yeah, there's nothing they can do. And so Katniss is, for the rest of this movie, in her depression era.
And for the rest of the movie.
You can see like the light leave her eyes, and she's like, oh, well, damn.
There's a possibility. Is how she feels.
She's Bella looking out the window. So everyone does the rebellion salute. Prim actually starts it this time.
She's a diva.
She's a diva. And the game makers, or what are they called?
Peacekeepers, stormtroopers.
They are like, bitch, okay, well, no, fuck this shit. They drag Peeta and Katniss onto the train.
I get to say goodbye! I get to say goodbye! Say goodbye! I get to say goodbye! Peeta, Prim!
That night on the train, Effie offers up an actual, F you poor people, offers up an actual heartfelt sentiment. And we can see that she is starting to become really affected by the shenanigans of the government. She says they should get the boys a gold token to match her hair color and Katniss's Mockingjay pin so that they can represent.
And this comes into play later.
And this does come into play later. Mm-hmm.
And they kind of are giving her shit at first, but like Katniss like thanks her and says like, it's very sweet of you.
Yeah. Because this is F you poor people.
Genuinely being a good person.
Right. She's going to change her name to Bless You.
Poor people.
Yeah. It's a really humanizing moment.
It is, yeah. She says, now this is a Quater Quell, so everything will be different. And we get the kickoff of this montage. This really, I love that, like, the timing of that. Her being like, okay, well, here we go. Let's do this. They arrive at the Capitol. We see that there is a new training center and a new penthouse suite that's like even cuntier and grand.
Because they got the budget this year.
Budget! Okay, budget. They increased it. You need to increase it. They are escorted to the penthouse, the very fabulous. This is when we see, what are they called? From
Avox.
Avox. This is what we couldn't remember last. They got their tongues cut out. Yeah. These are like servants. And in the movie, they don't explain their tongues got cut out, but they have these crazy like harness masks on.
And they do in the books too. They have those because the Capitol people were tired of looking at them and their deformities. Wow. So they made them cover it up with something like fashionable.
It's very Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, they are.
Hannibal Lecter.
Does drag.
In drag, right? But like cuntified, yeah. Everyone is preparing for the Quater Quell. Haymitch explains to Katniss the importance of getting to know these other victors because they don't fucking know you. They all know each other, but you're from the most recent season.
So this All-Stars girl, they don't know you.
It's Lydia Butthole Collins coming back on All-Stars.
They don't know you.
When her season hasn't even aired yet, okay?
So he explains the importance of allies, and then he kind of gives a rundown of a lot of people. He does District 1 and 2. He's like, their careers, you want to avoid them.
And we get them on the screen, and I said, shout out to my diva with the shark teeth. I thought, oh my god.
And Norbria.
She looks crazy.
And Norbria is her name.
And
Nobria. We had to look it up. I had
Ambrosia salad.
It's very that. It's like ENOBRIA or something.
Miss Ambrosia salad.
I don't know.
What's going on with the teeth? My favorite color is blood.
All right.
What's his name? Caesar?
Yeah.
Interviewing her.
That's funny.
And then we see Wyrus and Beatty.
Yes, we're introduced to Wyrus and Beatty. Beatty is played by Jeffrey Wright.
Yes.
Wyrus kind of looks like Enya.
She does kind of look like Enya.
Jeffrey Wright would go on to play Commissioner Gordon in the new Robert Pattinson Batman. I think he's awesome. Okay. Yeah. I thought he's great.
He was great in that.
Now, this is what gagged me when I first watched this movie. Is that when I read the book Catching Fire, I imagined Wyrus being played by this actress, okay? She is from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
She's like in the diner. Her and her boyfriend are like robbing the diner.
Oh, yeah.
That movie, if you remember that. She is who I literally pictured in my head.
Unpopular opinion, maybe? I don't like that movie.
Oh, you don't like Pulp Fiction?
I've never seen that.
I don't like Pulp Fiction.
Not even the Uma Thurman parts? Okay.
I always thought that movie was fine.
I've never seen that.
I think it's not like my favorite. Quentin Tarantino movies are never.
I think it's
like
because it's not chronological order. the way the film is shot. It's out of order.
It's like all his movies.
I don't like it. I just do not enjoy it. It doesn't work.
He's an acquired taste, but a lot of people swear he's like the greatest director.
Right.
So that is definitely going to be controversial.
Controversial.
I don't care.
Might need to cut this.
You're controversial.
You know what else is controversial? My opinion on Christina Aguilera's acting, I guess.
I know, that got us feedback. I was like, shut up, faggot. I was like, who are you, Christina? Christina
This is a
Reyes?
burner account.
What the fuck?
Haymitch, when he's doing this whole spiel, he's like, oh, these are the Morphlings. They hit out their whole games.
Who are the Morphlings?
There's
The Tweakers.
They're District 6. They're called the Morphlings because they were so traumatized by after their Hunger Games that they got addicted to Morphling. And it, like, killed their brains. So they nicknamed them...
Tweakers.
They nicknamed them the Morphlings.
Gotcha.
The Tweakers. We meet one of them later.
Yeah, for a moment. For about a moment.
But they're the Tweakers.
And then we go to District 4.
Tweaker Bell.
Tweaker Bell. R.I.P. Tweaker
I call her
Bell.
Tweaker Bell. Okay.
Anyway, we go to District 4. Away from the Tweaker Bell.
And he also mentions Finnick and Mags.
District 4.
From the Fisherman District.
Yeah, Mags volunteers for Annie. Finnick and Annie are married.
They're married?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or they're in love. They're together.
engaged.
They're together.
They're
Okay, they're
engaged.
engaged. And so Mags volunteers so that they don't both have to go in together.
And she's a sweet old lady.
And Mags is the oldest victor alive at that point. She won the 11th Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm. And Finnick is hot.
Hot.
Did this actor do anything else ever?
I didn't recognize him.
No, I
just know him from being the hot guy in this. They are preparing to do the chariot parade, and Katniss meets a shirtless and gorgeous Finnick, who approaches her and is kind of a smarmy asshole kind of guy.
Sugar cubes are for the horses, but...
I know. I was like, girl, why is he talking about sugar cubes?
Right. And then he plops in his mouth.
And then he's eating them. I said, okay. He says, this reminded me of Miss Scarlet from Clue, Leslie Ann Warren's character, because he says, I haven't dealt in anything as frivolous and money in years. I deal in secrets. And that's what literally Miss Scarlet says in Clue.
Yeah.
She goes, my business is secrets. I deal in... And the way she says it, she's like, secrets.
I liked that voice.
That's literally because that's literally how she says it. Lenny Kravitz has designed another fire element for their outfits. They glow and have like embers popping off of them, which I think this is the best Katniss looks in the entire series. I love her hair. Mm-hmm. I love this headpiece. I love this gown. I love the effect that it does. I just think she looks really, really cunt. So good job, Lenny Kravitz.
Thank you.
Lenny Kravitz himself actually designed the costumes. Can you imagine? So on the elevator after this, we are introduced to
Icon.
Miss Diva Boots herself, Miss Joanna Mason, who is cunt.
Something that movie does better than the book. In the book, she's unlikable. In the book, she's so mean and so rude. She doesn't have those like glimmers of like, oh, Simon Cowell, like funny mean.
It's kind of tongue in cheek.
She's just mean in the book. In the movie,
I always
she's
liked her in the
tongue-in-cheek.
book. I always thought she was funny.
I don't remember.
No, in the book, I think she's just mean. I don't think she's funny. I don't think she's tongue-in-cheek. I think she's like, you're ugly. That's it. But in the movie, I feel like she's very personable.
This actress is great.
Uh-huh.
She's funny. I love this scene. This is one of the best scenes because she comes in, she immediately starts flirting with Peeta.
Uh-huh.
And she's talking about how she wants to stick her axe in her stylist's face.
Trees and wood and that.
How cliche, my district. Then she gets completely butt-ass naked while Katniss makes the stink face. This shit is iconic as fuck,
Yeah,
bitch.
it's great.
And she's got her ponytail. Okay.
She's whipping it around.
I'm not an economist, but your best bet against financial ruin is a side ponytail. In the training center, Katniss is tasked with trying to make alliance members. Mm-hmm. But she's not impressed by any of the like crazy ass like threatening people.
No.
Who are like doing armory or whatever the fuck. She instead wants to talk to Wyrus and BT from the technology district, who point out that there is a force field that is blocking them from the game makers, like little
yeah, they're like, you can see the shimmer.
viewing room that they're in. Yeah, there's a glimmer. It's like a ripple in the electromagnetic sort of force field kind of thing. It's like a glitchy aura. Katniss sees Mags.
Icon.
Love. She's working on tying knots, which makes sense because she's from Fisherman District, right? Okay. She is mute, but really sweet. And Katniss instantly warms up to her. Then we get one of my absolute favorite scenes in the whole franchise, which is Katniss serving Cunt with her bow and arrow.
Right.
Showing her archery skills. I remember I used to, like, my friend Adriana, who I will talk about when we get to Mockingjay, because she reminds me of Mockingjay in a particular moment. We used to always, like, pretend to, like, do bow and arrows. And, like, we lived for this scene. But it's also funny, too. Just imagine... It's Jennifer Lawrence. Like, if you take away the CGI, she's literally just, like, doing somersaults and, like, pretending to fire a bow. And I just think that's kind of funny to think about, like, how this would have been made. Mm-hmm. Basically, everyone now wants to work with Katniss after seeing her archery skills.
Of course.
But she only wants to work with, like, the losers.
Yeah, Wirus, Petey, Mags. Okay. And then she has to... She's like, I guess I have to work with Finnick because he's going to be next to Mags the whole time.
Yeah. So it's time for their individual assessments, and Katniss sees that Peeta, instead of showing off his strength or whatever, decided to paint a beautiful mural. Rue?
Which Stevie pointed out, and I've forgotten this, but from the book, he does that, and they wash it away.
When she walks in, they're washing it away. She never knows what it is until he tells her later what he did.
He's like, did you see... whatever, I painted this mural.
Well, this kind of inspires her here to take a mannequin and dress it up as Crazy Beard Guy. Seneca from the first movie. It's like a fuck you to them. Like, this is what happened to the last dude. It's now time for Stanley Tucci and his show. And I just want to know what Coke dealer he buys from. Because he goes... and it's got crazy eyes. Like, all of the victors are saying inflammatory shit about the Capitol.
Right.
Trying to get the audience to, like, give a big hoopla and maybe they'll cancel the Hunger Games. But... I
mean, Joanna uses the F word.
Joanna literally says the F word. She says, well, fuck that! And fuck everybody who had anything to do with this!
Right.
This was hilarious.
And I'm with her. I get it.
Oh, when I was in, like... freshman year or sophomore year, whenever this came out, I thought this was the funny, like, pinnacle of comedy. I pissed myself laughing at this, okay? And it, you know what? It's still fucking funny. Lenny Kravitz has designed a new dress for Katniss that is a wedding gown. Mm-hmm. Looks like a wedding gown at first. And Joanna goes, really? A wedding gown? And she's like, well, Snow made me wear it. And then she decides to, like, encourage her. And she goes, you know what? Make him pay for it. Love that moment. I love the jokey beginning of, like, this little interview that she has with Stanley Tucci. And him being like, oh, the girl on fire is so cheeky. That was so funny. Katniss does her little spin. And this time, the wedding dress transforms into a black dress with wings. Courtney Act. This was giving Courtney Act or, like, plastique tiara drag when they had the wings, because she looks like a what? A Mockingjay.
A Mockingjay.
And we see President Snow's watching. He is pissed.
Because then they all hold hands.
With Lenny Kravitz. And during his interview, Peeta tells Stanley Tucci that they got married in private because Katniss is what?
Pregnant!
What a gag!
Embarazado!
I was like, gagger. Gag a tundra, okay? And everyone's gagged. All the Capitol people.
Lies.
All the Capitol people are like, clutching their pearls. And when all of the tributes hold hands in solidarity, the show, they're like, cut the music, cut the cameras, dead ass, stop the music, stop the pull a RuPaul. And, like, pull the plug on the show, and all the lights go out, and, like, the feed gets cut, because they're like, oh, damn, this is too powerful. It's too late to stop the games at this point, and it's the night before, and Effie cries about it, which I thought was really sad. Effie gives them the gold tokens. Haymitch gets, like, a bangle. Gold bangle looks like flames. And Peeta gets a medallion. She says, this is the medallion that we talked about. Okay, so that'll come into play later. And then before they go to bed, Haymitch tells Katniss, when you're in the arena, remember who the real enemy is. Okay.
Hold that in your head.
Mm-hmm. Katniss and Peeta spend one final night in bed together, cuddling. And then it is time for the day of the games. Lenny Kravitz is preparing Katniss just like in the first movie. She gets her tracker injected into her arm. They're on the spaceship. She gets dressed into some kind of like wetsuit with like the hexagons motif on it, which I like how they incorporated that. We'll talk about that in a second. They then have one final heartfelt moment where she thanks him for creating the Mockingjay dress and all that she's done, or all that he's done for her.
Yeah.
And he says, still not allowed to bet, but I'm still betting on you, girl on fire. And then she gets into the tube. Please enter the tube.
It doesn't say that this time.
I know. It says like you have 10 seconds to enter the tube.
She has to watch in horror as Lenny Kravitz gets savagely beat to death.
Shut up!
Yeah,
And I laughed out loud.
she does her scared face. Her Jennifer Lawrence.
It's just banging on the tube.
This scene was horrific.
Yeah, it's when they bash him into the tube.
They bash his head against. I said, not Lenny Kravitz, not my man. Okay? I want to get away. So she's lifted into the arena, and this. Okay, I'm sitting up in my seat because, wow, this is cunty, cunt. There are not enough times I could say the word cunt to get my point across of how cunt this is. Let's describe the arena.
Okay.
The Catching Fire arena.
Close your eyes.
It looks like, in the Game of Life, the board game of the Game of Life.
Spin dial.
That spin dial thing.
Yeah.
It's a spin dial, but it's like a little island in the middle of like the water. And then it's surrounded by jungle, and there's beach all around. And it's
Cornucopia's in the middle.
It's like
cornucopia in the middle.
kind of looks like a dartboard.
Dartboard.
Oh,
kinda.
yeah, it kind of does look like a dartboard.
It kind of
Where
looks
there's
like a
rings.
clock. Maybe you'd say.
You could probably say that.
TikTok. So then there's spokes, island rocks spokes that come out, and so it's little wedges of a pie. It looks like a pizza. I'm hungry. She serves face. This is the cunt moment of her being okay.
This is her Parvati moment.
Parvati. It's literally Parvati. That first time you see her on Survivor, turning around and serving face.
Yeah.
She dives in. She locks in. Okay, the countdown goes, and she's swimming her she's doing her freestyle, Olympically trained freestyle. She gets to the cornucopia, she gets the bow and arrow, and it's chaos. Some dude tries to get her, she shoots him. Then, Finnick.
Yeah, jumps in.
Hottie comes up, he immediately flashes the bangle, the gold bangle.
Bling bling, bitches mad.
Bitches mad.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
That was just given to Haymitch the night before, and he says, "We're allies, right?" And she's all
and she doesn't trust it.
But he's not attacking her, so she's like,
And then,
okay.
Then he says, Katniss stuck, and he throws the
He protects her from
the
somebody
trident
else.
or whatever his weapon is into someone else.
Into somebody else. They see Peeta is getting dragged down. Someone's trying to drown him.
Dragged.
And then it's really suspenseful moment where you hear the cannon boom and you're like, oh my God, Peeta died. But then he comes back up and it wasn't Peeta. He's able to drown the other guy. So it is now an alliance between Finnick, Katniss, Peeta, and Mags. Who Mags is so old and weak that Finnick has to carry her around this whole time.
Yeah.
They go into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle! And they kind of hike for a little bit. They comment on how hot it is in this tropical climate. And there is seemingly no fresh water anywhere. So they're we need to find fresh water. We're
Before
gonna
we
get
die.
so dehydrated. Finnick laughs when the cannon booms start.
Yeah.
And she goes, "This is funny to you? Aren't these all your friends?" He says, "I don't give a fuck about any of those people." And then she's like, "Well, that's suspicious. That's weird. And I really don't know if I can trust you." But they continue going forward. At one point, Peeta is hacking with his machete. And he hacks right into the motherfucking force field.
Yeah.
Which she clocks. She sees the hexagonal
The
pattern.
shimmer. She takes what
And she goes,
Peeta!
boom.
And he flies.
He flies, and then she's literally screaming, Peeta, Peeta, for 10 minutes. As Finnick is giving him CPR and mouth to mouth. In the book,
He's not breathing! He's not breathing!
In the book, I remember Katniss has never seen CPR before and didn't know about it. So she thought that he was trying to kiss Peeta. And I remember not really realizing what was going on at first and realizing that it was supposed to be CPR. So when I was in like 7th or 8th grade, I felt a little tingle.
In my pee-pee.
I was like, wait, because I was picturing, Anyway.
Tongue. I was like, your tongue. But I guess in CPR you don't put your tongue down.
You were like, they kiss?
They kiss. I was like, what if he was like also playing with his nibbles? But they're able to restart Peeta's heart, thankfully.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Right? And she gives him a kiss because she's just so relieved. And she's wet. She's so wet.
My man.
My man. And President Snow is watching, and he's frustrated because he knows at this point Katniss and Peeta are going to be even more adored than ever.
Right.
Because his granddaughter is fangirling. This is when she says, I wish I could have a love like that. And he's like, oh my fucking God.
He's like, go away.
Katniss climbs a big tree, because she loves to do that. And she takes a look out over the arena, and she's able to clock that the force field is covering the entire arena in a gigantic dome.
And did she shoot an arrow?
She shoots the arrow, and she noticed that it kind of like,
ding!
Yeah, hits the
And she goes down there, and she's like,
field.
It's a dome.
She tells them that it's all a big dome. That night, we can tell that everyone is starting to become really super dehydrated because they're all like sweating bullets, and the climate is so hot. A sponsor parachute, however, floats down, and it contains a little, what she calls a spile, and she puts it into a tree. Oh, and also a note that says drink up. It was from Hamish.
Yeah, drink up H.
H. Because he's like...
Well, it could be a guy named Henry.
It could be Harold. Harriet. It could be Harriet.
You'll know.
She puts it into the tree, and like there's water up in the tree, and so they're able to get fresh water from it. It's like a little funnel thing.
Right.
It's
what they use for like maple syrup.
For syrup.
How they tap for sap.
Yep, exactly. So they're feeling better. They decide to get some Z's. Catch some Z's. They hear the sounds of 12 chimes at one point.
Right.
12 loud chimes. And then immediately this big tree in the distance gets zapped with a huge bolt of lightning a couple times. And they're like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Interesting. They're like, thank God we're over here.
And then a little later, Katniss wakes up and she notices this spooky fog is encroaching. And she goes out to touch it, and it burns. And the music goes, doom.
Yeah, and she's like, the fog is poison!
It's a lot. This movie's a lot of her. Run! Peeta! The fog!
Right.
Finnick! So they have to, like, get up and start fucking running, and they're running and running and running. And Peeta falls at one point.
Which he falls in the book because he's missing a leg.
Oh, right.
And so it's very pinnacle in this point that he's missing his leg because he like falls. This might be wrong. He falls and maybe like breaks the prosthetic or like damages it, so he cannot walk.
His robot leg.
His robot leg with a gun.
He's like Deandra with a robot.
Yeah.
Beth.
And
one that's realistic, one that's robotic. Beth.
And that's the pinnacle of what happens with Finnick and Madge.
He gets so the fog. I forgot to mention it, but when it burns you, it gives you boils,
like blisters
and blisters. So Peeta is like down for the count basically, and she's like, I can't lift him, and Finnick is already carrying around Mag's old ass, so she decides to sacrifice herself.
Yeah, she like gets off his back.
She gives him a kiss.
It's
so sad.
It breaks my heart every time I see it.
I know, in the book I was like, well, damn.
Right.
Diva down. Like, a diva has maybe never been more down. Because she jumps into the fog, and then boom, immediately. Immediate boom. Damn.
She didn't last a millisecond in the fog.
So they kind of tumble into this pond, right? She kind of like lands really close to this like still water. She puts her hand in it, and immediately it starts to like heal itself. All the blisters kind of like evaporate off their skin, which was kind of cool. Like you can see like the effect of like the fog like oozing out of her skin into the water. It was a really nice touch.
And the fog in this scene like hits a wall.
Yeah, there's like a force field that has like been generated. It hits the force field and then just dissipates.
It like can't go past a certain point.
So like they've reached like a new, and we'll come to learn that they're in like a different factor of the arena where now the fog can't affect them, right? So they're like healing themselves and they feel better, but we get immediately one of my favorite scenes in the entire franchise of the demon ass spawn of Satan monkeys
the baboons
that screech And this is a horrific scene.
It's terrifying.
Very tense. And then one like screeches at one point, and like it's a huge jump scare. And they're fighting out. They have this big showdown with all these monkeys. But again, I thought, imagine them just filming it and they're not being the CGI monkeys. Just imagine that they were told, like, pretend like you're fighting monkeys, and then we'll just kind of like
Pull it around it.
head it around, right? So imagine like Josh Hutcherson like just kind of like stabbing at nothing, her like shooting an arrow at nothing. I don't know. That took me out just to think about that. But they look good. I mean, like, for this era CGI, I thought these monkeys were good and scary and, like, effective.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Peeta is about to get eaten by the monkey, but then some random bitch pops out from the trees and sacrifices herself.
Tweaker.
And it was Tweaker McGee.
That's a
Tweaker Bell.
It was Tweaker Bell. Tweaker McGee came out, and she put herself in the line of fire to get eaten. And it, like, mauls her neck. Pretty sad. Didn't know who this bitch was, but I was like, damn.
More fun. We don't really know much about her story.
Diva so down. They make it away from the beach, and the monkeys kind of like
again stop at a certain point, turn around. They can't. There's a border
and like retreat. And this poor random bitch just dies in Peeta's arms. And
he comforts her
really
while she's dying.
It's
like, look at the sunset, isn't it beautiful? And she like
I tie back to the orange because it's an orange sunset.
Or he loves orange.
So it's a tie back to his favorite color.
Wasn't it sunrise?
Or whatever. It's orange.
Orange like a pumpkin.
Or like a...
Look at that orange pumpkin
Orange
up
like
there.
what did you say? A dreamsicle.
A creamsicle. Creamsicle.
But, and I don't know if this is in your notes, but what's interesting in this is Peeta says out loud, like, she sacrificed herself for me, and Katniss is like, that doesn't make any sense.
He's like, that's what it looked like.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'd say they speculate why she would have done that.
Because if you know the ending, which I'll save for us to say when it gets there, but there's a lot of points that you pick up on, the reveal at the end of what's been happening maybe behind the scenes. Yeah. You pick up on those points, and this is one of those points where it's like, when you know, it's interesting to see the interactions between people in the know versus out of the know. And that's one of those moments where he says something that's very telling, but she's out of the loop.
Yeah, lots of good foreshadowing here. She was really in her foreshadowing bag, for sure. We finally get an example of what happens to the bodies in Hunger Games. We've never seen it in the movies. Like, a spaceship comes down, and it has, like, a claw that, like, comes out, and then it just kind of lifts you up. I'm imagining someone like literally like the claw game at like the arcade.
Oh shit! The body falls.
This shit is red.
Like the body just keeps getting more and more destroyed.
They only get like
shit.
They only get it by like the foot, and it like the leg breaks loose, and they're like, "Oh, dang it!" when that happens.
Oh shit! You know what? No, I'm going for another one.
They kind of set up camp here on the beach. They're like fishing. They get oysters. He gives a pearl. The world is my oyster and I am the pearl. He gives the pearl to Katniss. I thought that was sweet. On the other side of the island, they see a huge tsunami wave come through one of the like pie
You hear a
slices.
screech.
Yeah, and then someone dies. Because we see the claw come down and grab them.
See, that I think is the worst death in this whole movie. Because
drowning?
Tidal wave? Well, you guys, as soon as the tidal wave hit you,
she got hit by like a million PSI straight into a tree. Her back, she was broken in half. Like, how they picked her up in one piece is crazy because
I know.
It was just whoosh.
That's fucked up, right? They also notice alongside the beach in this moment, hey, Miss Joanna! And she shows up with Wyrus and Dee.
And they're covered in blood.
Because it was blood raining in their pie.
And their pie segment.
Their slice of the pie, okay? And we see that Wyrus is in shock. She keeps saying tick-tock.
Tick-tock! Tick-tock!
Don't stop.
Make it pop.
DJ blow my speakers up.
TikTok. She is in shock because of... I think she ran into the force field at one point. I think Joanna explained that. And that, like, gagged her so severely. And Joanna is here to work with them. She's like, here, I brought them for you because we're an alliance. I want to work with you guys. I'm here. And
like,
Katniss is still like...
Katniss is confused because everyone's acting like this was pre-established.
What did you mean brought them for me?
She's like, what the fuck?
Peeta's just like, well, do you want them
I
as
think
alliance
they
members?
want to work with that. Like,
Joanna has been nothing but a cunty little bitch to her this whole time. She's like, what? You want to work with me? Like, what? What's going on? Katniss puts it together, however, that Wyrus is saying, tick-tock, Because she has discovered that the entire arena is working like a clock, okay?
Yeah, they're in the water.
Like a clock. And it's timed. And every hour, one section of the pie is going to have some fucked up shit.
Right,
going on.
and then she takes that information back, and Beatty's like, and she says like, oh, the lightning strike is where it points, so it's noon and midnight.
Midnight.
And then they are, like, she takes that back to Beatty, and he's like, it clicks with him, and he's like, yeah, so that's midnight, and it's this genius moment. Like, I remember watching it for the first time in the theater.
I remember reading it in the book and being like, what a gag.
And seeing it for the first time. And, like, I even knew it was a clock, but in that moment, I still was like, oh my God, like, look at it.
When it hits, you're like, gagger.
It's so...
And I'm pretty sure some of this is practical, but a lot of this is actually really convincing CGI.
Yeah, like the title is pretty convincing, I think.
Yeah, like, again, budget. They increased the budget. Well, they're trying to get a little plan together to figure out how they're going to deal with this. Wyra's just kind of sitting off by herself on the clock, singing TikTok. And then one of the bitches comes up and slits her throat. I thought...
It was one of the
it
was one of the District 1. These two were so stupid to me because it's like,
yeah, what are they doing?
It's like y'all were outnumbered.
They're siblings from District 1.
Yeah, and they were weirdos. They're total weirdos.
They're fucking.
We glossed over a scene, but when they're doing their interview, like Effie and her, Laganja and Gia, they're like eating it up, and it's like, oh, these two are such losers.
Yeah,
like
but
such
apparently
cocks
in the Capitol, they're like.
I bet they're fucking. Brother and sisters that are like into each other.
Yeah,
they're weird.
But then Katniss does not hesitate to put an arrow through this guy.
Yeah, she kills him.
But like on the spot.
And then they get the girl too.
They kill the girl.
Joanna throws an axe at her.
Axes her. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't know why. Sorry.
Well, then we see
we see Baldy. We see Cue Ball and Teeth Girl.
Shark Tooth coming up.
Yeah, but I was gonna say we also see District 2 people come up first.
Okay,
the boy and girl come up.
It's a showdown. There's a showdown, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman says, "Give it a spin."
Yeah. Hey, this is the game of life.
It's that spinner in the game of life, and so it fucks their whole shit up. Because the cornucopia part of the island, the little like middle part, starts to spin at like a lightning fast speed.
And they're like falling off.
How did no one die during this?
How did she not die? Because she falls in.
She falls
in the water. And it's like spinning above her. Like, how does that not kill her?
I know. She totally would have died. This would have been way more intense than the tsunami wave that killed what's-her-name.
But if you notice... When she's in there, Plutarch is looking at the screen with her like little symbol in there.
As soon as she goes in, he says, "Okay,
stop it."
They are like catching their breath for a second, but then Katniss hears the screams of Miss Prim coming from the jungle. So she goes back into the jungle, and we see it's a bird.
It's a Jabberjay.
A Jabberjay. So what was this?
So a Jabberjay is a piece of technology that not technology, it's a live animal, but they've mutated these animals to mimic any sound that they can hear. So that's why when Finnick goes in there, and they're all like, "Oh, it's just a Jabberjay, don't worry about it." He looks at her and goes, "They can only repeat sound they hear." So he's implying they are torturing them, getting the sound and then sending the birds
their
in.
loved ones.
So you do need to be panicked because they can't create noise that they don't know.
And Katniss gets stuck in a pie wedge. The birds all flock around her. There's like hundreds of birds, and they're like torturing the poor girl.
It's very Dead by Daylight.
The artist. It's when the artist comes up in Dead by Daylight. Hate her. Ugh.
I know you do. She's your least favorite.
Worst. So she gets like traumatized for like an hour or so.
And I would be too.
Casually, just getting traumatized.
Yeah, then all of a sudden they wake up and it's nighttime.
It's nighttime. And Finnick was in there traumatized too. I would say that. But Joanna reassures them that the Capitol would not actually have hurt Prim because she's like adored by the Capitol, okay? And she starts taunting President Snow, yelling at him, being like, "Hit me, bitch! I bet you won't, bitch, but you won't say shit, bitch!"
Right.
Like, she's literally like, "Hit me!" And they're like kind of shook by her like balls and like her I don't give a fuck. She won the I don't give a fuck war in this moment. And she's like, "Listen, they can't hurt me because literally everyone that I know is dead at this point. And what you said earlier about like the Capitol continuing to like kill off family members of the victors, and like even if you're a victor, you're not safe. I bet they probably killed this bitch's family too.
I was waiting for this moment to talk about it because it's more explicit in the book. Haymitch, his family's killed, so then he immediately conforms. Finnick, Joanne, and Beetee. Joanna.
Lady Gaga album, Joanna.
All three of them
Where do you think you're
going? All three of them speak out in some way against the Capitol post-win. They kill Joanna's whole family.
Yeah,
they threaten Annie.
That's what I thought.
They threaten Annie, Finnick's girl.
His girlfriend.
And in Sunrise on the Reaping, alongside Haymitch in the Hunger Games, is Beetee's son.
They put Beetee's son in the game.
In the games, and they rig it so he goes in there to punish Beetee and Beetee in the book even admits, like, my son will die. He will not make it out of here, and they're doing that on purpose. And so that's why Haymitch says there's only survivors, because he knows all of that. He knows all these people. He knew Beetee's son. And so it is one of those things of, like, that's why President Snow's so worried about the victors, is when you've taken everything from them, what's stopping them?
Right. And this is when we get Katniss learning from Joanna that Finnick is in love with the girl Annie, who you've talked about already, but she survived the games a couple years ago. She's gone crazy. Beetee develops the plan to lower the remaining tributes to the beach. They're going to run this wire. He has like a coil that has like a long ass thing of wire, and he's going to tie it to the lightning tree and then bring the like other end of it into the water in the beach.
Right.
They're going to lure the bitches to the beach and then zap them. Peeta and Katniss have a one-on-one conversation, and he's trying to convince her to be the one to stay, to the lone survivor, because she has more people that she has to take care of, and like people that are like counting on her. Right. And he, in the medallion that Effie had made for him, he had instructed her to put pictures of Gale, her mom, and Prim to remind her like what she has to stay and fight for. But she's like, no, like, I want it to be you. It has to be Peeta. And he says, well, I've got no one that like cares about me or like to look out for me. And she says, I do. I'm the one who looks out for you. And then they kiss. The gang make their way to the lightning tree in the garden. In the jungle. I don't know why I said garden in my notes, but it's the jungle. And Katniss has this like issue with them like wanting to split up in this way. It's very like, in Scooby-Doo, when Velma is like, wait, hold on now. Like, why does Fred and Daphne have to always go off together? Y'all are fucking, right? She says, no, I don't want to go off with Joanna by myself. I want Peeta to come with me. And they're like, no, they all insist, like, Peeta needs to stay here and, like, help keep watch.
Right.
So she's hesitant, but she kind of, like, gives him a little send-off. And she's like, okay, fine. She goes off with Joanna. She realizes someone's pulling on their wire. And then we hear snip, snip. The wire's been cut. It's Sharktooth Bitch and Baldy McGee. Okay? They're coming up to attack. So Katniss goes to shoot an arrow, but then Joanna knocks her ass out, hits her on the head, knocks her unconscious with like the butt of her axe. Then she takes a knife and she cuts off Travis? Katniss's tracker.
And then she covers her throat in blood so it looks like she's dead. Mm-hmm. And then she like runs off into the distance to get those two away from Katniss. Which is all great moves.
Right.
Very strategic.
Katniss kind of like wakes up and she's like, Peeta. So she goes back to the lightning tree. She sees Beetee has, what did he do? Electrocuted the force field? He like gets zapped.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, damn. And then Finnick comes out and she's like hiding from him. Doesn't know if she can trust him. She pulls an arrow on him.
Yeah. And President Snow's watching. He's like, do it.
Do it. Girl on fire. Do it.
What?
Finnick says, Katniss, remember who the real enemy is, which is what she had heard Haymitch say.
And at this point, also, Philip Seymour Hoffman has left.
Yeah, he
was like, oh, the game's going to be over here soon, Mr. President Snow. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab something real quick. So just know he's no longer in the room.
Yeah.
I got to take a shit. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I'm going to go get some.
Oh, I have to take a massive shit.
Massive.
I'll be gone in like 20...
30 tops.
Yeah.
Before we started the games, I had Indian food, It is a nightmare.
And President, stay away. Like,
I'm only gonna use the private bathroom on the fifth floor.
And I want to blow that shit up.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. So Katniss is... Sorry.
she remembers.
That's exactly what Haymitch said to her.
So she decides to, like, lower her bow, even though she's still confused by, like, what all this is implicating. But then she notices that the lightning storm is beginning to brew in the sky, which, remember, it's a fake sky, synthetic sky. She starts to put the pieces together, and then she wraps the wire around an arrow.
Yeah.
She shoots the fucking arrow into the dome of the arena, causing, like, right when a lightning bolt goes off, causing a massive electrical explosion. Mm-hmm. And a complete blackout happens in the arena.
It shatters the force field.
Yeah.
Yeah, the, like, roof of the arena gets, like, blown off. There's a big hole in it. And then, like, shrapnel's coming down, and so, like, things are starting... There's, like, a fire kind of starting. And Katniss is, like, going in and out of consciousness, but she's able to make out a spaceship coming through the hole in the ceiling. And then the claw comes down and lifts her up. This is very much religious.
And this is a meme. And I also thought this scene should have had Bittersweet Symphony playing.
Like the ending of
Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Not kidding. Stevie said that out loud, and then when the movie ended, said, "Well, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna play it out loud."
I almost got it like perfectly.
So like played it in the background, and you know what? Stevie was a little off.
Like the part where like it starts with like Snow watching her shoot the arrow.
Stevie was a little off on the timing, but it was perfect.
So funny.
Because it's also the mix of that happening and the flipping back to President Snow, and when he's like realizing what's happening, like it was a kind of perfect song to put.
So fucking funny.
And Snow is like looking around, fucking everything's getting shut down. Philip Seymour Hoffman's gone.
Yeah, he's like
AFK.
Plutarch.
He went
Plutarch.
He went AFK.
So funny. And this literally looks like Jesus, like, ascending into the heavens.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this
It's
shot's
also
been
kinda
used
funny.
a lot. This is another meme from
The
this.
meme, yeah. Katniss wakes up in the spaceship next to Beetee, who is alive still.
Yeah.
Somehow. He survived his shock. She grabs a nearby syringe because she hears Philip Seymour Hoffman, like, speaking in the other room. And she goes in to attack him, but she sees that Gale is there and Haymitch is there.
And Finnick.
And Finnick, yeah. And they're all, like, chill.
They're like,
They're like,
girl, what's up?
girl!
What's up, sleepyhead?
They literally are. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? They explained to her.
It was all a plan. It was all a
all
scheme.
A fucking setup. Everyone was in on it.
Half of the victors
were in on it, which is when you go back, you know, so we're talking about all the foreshadowing. It makes sense.
Maybe it was a scheme set up by Todd to come to you with the bullshit.
It could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
That's from Real Housewives.
That's Katie Burris's mom.
Her aunt. That's her aunt.
Oh, her aunt.
That is not Mama Joyce. That is not Mama Joyce.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe it was a scheme.
And they didn't tell Katniss because she's not a good enough actress to pull the show.
It's literally
it's
like,
also
you were the last person who's going to know.
The dumbest, like, her not knowing is like, because
The best.
Snow was only watching her. That's how they were able to get Snow. Snow was so concerned about her, he wasn't realizing the people around her. Because Katniss never, and we'll get more into it in Mockingjay, she never really wanted to be involved in any of this.
Right. Oh, she didn't.
It was all to just save her sister.
Prim.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she, after hearing all this, is like, but you promised you would say, like, and then because her...
Oh, yeah, because she's like, where's Peeta?
Yeah,
And they're like,
like,
he got captured by the
right.
Capitol. And
And-
Joanna did too. And so she is
never mind.
pissed.
Yeah.
So she slaps Haymitch.
And then they syringe her with something to, like...
They sedate
They knock her out.
They
so.
sedate her.
Because
Yeah.
she's, like, beating him up.
Katniss wakes up. The scene is so iconic. Gale's watching over her, and he tells her, don't worry, your mother and your sister are still alive. And she says, well, are they back home? Are they back in District 12? He says, Katniss, there is no District 12.
Baby, there is no plane. Mommy, can we go on our plane again? Baby, there is no plane.
She is so devastated by this news that she serves face into the camera, and the end.
The end.
She pulls apart. She goes.
She literally smizes. I always thought this was so funny. Like, even back in the day when I first saw this,
Right.
it made me chuckle. But I was like, they just ended with her smizing. Like, so yeah, the end.
The end of the best Hunger Games movie.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad we did this. What a fun ride.
What a fun ride.
There's so much we'll have to get into when it comes to Mockingjay, because I have so many opinions just honestly about the story in general when it comes to Mockingjay. So we will just save that discussion.
There's things I like, there's things I really like, but there's things
there are some really good things, but
there's things I do not like.
But this one is just so
Perfection.
good. This is definitely like the peak, the pinnacle moment of Hunger Games. And we will have much to discuss next week. But thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Let's Scream. We hope you had fun with us back in the arena.
Back in the arena.
I'm going back to the arena.
I'm learning all about TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
TikTok on the clock. All right, girls. Where can the people follow you?
I'm at Stevie Nash 95 on Instagram. I'm skipping over.
Keith.
Yeah, well, I decided to say where I'm at.
Well, I'm at
Rude.
Jesus_isa_biscuit on
And I'm
Instagram.
at Parker_Will_C on Instagram. And we are at Let's Scream Pod on all the socials. Please remember to like the pod, leave a glowing review, and we will see you next week. This has been
Let's Scream. Bye.